What is up, my friends? The good news is the weekend has officially started and you are very welcome along to Friday evening's Anfield Agenda News Roundup. As always, my name's Craig and I'm going to give you the very latest news that we think you need to know about Liverpool Football Club. Today we'll be discussing a Palmeiras winger that the Reds have been linked with. We'll be talking a bit more about Marcus Sessi and Liverpool looking to hijack Spurs' move for him. There'll be a bit on some injury fears that are circulating around a couple of Liverpool players, one of them Alexander ISAK, and we'll have a couple of other bits and pieces around Alonzo and Chelsea that we hope will give you what you need to know. We will be back here tonight at 6:45 for the watch-along of Liverpool's second to last game of the season against Aston Villa. We'll have a match reaction and a player ratings video coming up for you tonight as well. Until then, let's get cracking with the news. So ESPN over in Brazil have said that Liverpool retained their interest in Palmeiras winger Alan Elias, who has been the subject of approaches, they say, from other clubs heading into the summer transfer window. He's been described as a left-footed forward, blessed with an exceptional first touch and pace to be players, which certainly sounds like something that Liverpool need this summer. Now, we will move on to talk about other targets. Bradley Barcola, Yan Diamonde, again in the media over the last 24 to 48 hours. Best I can try to figure out with that situation, Barcola would be the one that Liverpool would ideally like to go and sign, but that could come down to a couple of factors. Will he agree a contract extension with PSG? All their contract talks are on hold until the season is over, including Luis Enrique, who we believe will sign a 4-year deal to stay on there. But Barcola's future is certainly in the mix, and Liverpool are firm admirers. So if there's any indication he's available, I dare say you may see Liverpool make a move. Now, speaking about making a move, Ben Jacobs has been talking a bit more about Marcus Sessi. This story just won't go away. Yes, there is a belief that Spurs have an agreement with him if they stay up that he'd go there. But there's a couple of Liverpool players that could be heading for the exit door that may change Liverpool's thinking around this. One of them, of course, Ibrahim Konate. Now, we know the Konate future's up in the air at the minute. Still no breakthrough in those negotiations and no end in sight. Again, where's the deal that some people were saying was close? Now others are saying they really haven't got a clue. So that's one. But obviously the other one is Joe Gomez. We brought you guys news the other day that Gomez was just talking about his 11 years here at Liverpool. But it does look as if he's open to leaving at the end of the season. AC Milan's name has once again been mentioned for Joe. So if Joe moves, maybe the likes of Sessi would be somebody that Liverpool think they could bring in on a free, fill out that squad a little bit and give us cover at centre-back as well. Ben Jacobs has said that Liverpool have yet to decide whether to make a move for Marcus Sessi, who Bournemouth have confirmed will leave as a free agent. Now, Wataro Endo has been included in Japan's squad for the World Cup. Absolutely delighted for Endo and wishing him the very best over there as well. This season hasn't gone as he would have hoped, of course, with injuries and the Liverpool squad being the way it is. So we do wish Endo and Japan all the very best at the World Cup. So Miguel Delaney, he's been talking a little bit about Alonzo and whether he takes the Chelsea job. And here's some of what Miguel had to say. Alonzo is understood to see many attractive elements in the job, with the Independent reporting last week that he feels the Chelsea squad largely fits his approach and football philosophy. The modern Chelsea is obviously a very different club, but Alonso's camp are naturally aware of preconceptions of how the football side has been run and the relatively short periods that both Enzo Maresca and Lima Senior spent at the club. Miguel continues to write, in response to those concerns, Chelsea would point to extenuating circumstances for both. Alonso wants to be properly able to impose his ideology on the team despite instability in recent months at Stamford Bridge. As reported in the Independent Inside Football last Friday, Liverpool have not made any contact with Alonso and want to persist with Arne Slot. Now, as I've said before, maybe there hasn't been direct phone call to phone call with Alonso, but I can tell you there has been contact with Alonso's camp from Liverpool, as was reported by others during the week as well. So, injury concerns for this one. Anfield sector posting to say this. I was going to tweet yesterday that Alexander Isak and Jeremy Frimpong weren't pictured in the gym, but I wanted to wait and see if the club would post the actual training photos, and they never did. Doesn't necessarily mean they're out, but I guess we'll find out tonight. And there have been more rumours circulating that Isak could again have an injury. And look, this is not what Liverpool fans are going to want to hear if it is the case, because it really does put into question even more the thought process of the signings last summer, which, by the way, I believe Hughes and Edwards have gotten off way too lightly on. I know we focused on Arnott a lot this season, but the three amigos should all be on the chopping block, in my opinion. All of them have serious questions to answer. And look, I won't get into it on here anymore, but we'll keep an eye on that situation. If we get any early news on ISAK, we'll let you know on the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. Right. Michael Carrick will stay at Manchester United as permanent manager, confirmed, said Fabrizio Romano. He said direction clear for weeks, plan approved by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and deal set to be signed soon. He said 2-year deal plus an option to extend directly for 3 years, but no doubts Carrick will stay and sign the contract. Now, so that's one less club looking for a manager this summer, which I guess is one less bit of competition for Liverpool if they do need to look for a new manager. Now, not the most high profile of sources, let's say, but Independent, who has got some stuff right over recent months and of course has talked a load of waffle over the years as well, but they've said this: exclusive, Liverpool to submit an opening bid for Adam Morton. The information has come from a high-level source, they say. Arne Slot's job is still in the balance, despite reports that his job is safe. Now, it's the second part of that that's more interested to me, because like I've said before, our information is from a pretty high source that they're not certain that Slot will still be there next year. Now, of course, I can't tell you who this is, where we got it from, because I refuse to throw my mate under the bus that gave me this information. But I don't believe it's as cut and dry as Arne Slot keeping the job either. Let's wait and see what happens over the next few weeks. But Adam Morton, I can't back up this information because I don't have it. That indicator said, I don't have that information to hand. I don't have the same confirmation that they tend to have. So for me on this one, I'd just say keep an eye on it, but it does make sense to me that Liverpool are looking to trend towards signing of Adam Morton. For me, I think Alexis McAllister could be the one that's moved on, as we've said for a long time, and the situation with the likes of Curtis Jones is one worth keeping an eye on, because there's a part of me that thinks that Jones doesn't really want to leave, and that this may be Curtis Jones looking for some guarantees and a better contract to stay at Liverpool, showing that, of course, he does have options, the likes of Inter Milan, Aston Villa. I think Spurs' name were mentioned as well before. And on Anthony Gordon, before we finish up, bit of an admission almost from Eddie Howe and Newcastle that he could be on the way out this summer. Bayern Munich, of course, the ones who are pushing hardest to sign him. We know Arsenal and Liverpool's name has been mentioned there as well in the past, but I really don't think Liverpool will be at the table for Gordon this summer, as per the information we have at this moment. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it for us now. But don't forget, we'll be here 6:45 tonight. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the Anfield Agenda Clips channel. As I've mentioned before, we're going to be repurposing that, and it'll be Anfield Agenda Extra from June onwards, with new faces, extra content, and lots more opinions and pieces that we hope will keep you right up to date. Appreciate you, ladies and gents. We'll see you back here tonight, 6:45 for the match, second to last win of the season. Fingers crossed we can get that win and confirm a Champions League place for next season. But as always, thank you for your time. If I don't see you tonight, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Much love.